Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have with me my dog, and as you see from the title, I'm gonna be reviewing my dog as like half a joke, but also the points I'm making are my honest opinions about him slash having a dog. So I'm gonna be giving him a rating out of 10, and there's going to be 10 categories, and for every category he either fails or passes one, and then he gets a point out of 10. But firstly, so let's introduce him. Softy, do you want to say hi? So his name is Softy. He is nearly 3 years old, like 2 years and 9 months. He was born in January the 10th, 2022. And I got him when he was 8 weeks old. So yeah, nearly had him for 3 years now on my own. Let's start with the first point. Point number 1. Oh, you ready to start the test, Softy? Point number 1 is the breed. So Softy is a mini Labradoodle, so a mix of a Labrador and Poodle, and a mini size. You can get them in a mini, medium, or large size, and I was contemplating between medium and mini, and I decided with mini. And anyways, the size is another point actually, so I'll go back to that. So yeah, he's a mini Labradoodle, and I wanted this breed because my sister's dog was also a half poodle, so I like that aspect about it. And yeah, poodles are just cute. And I remember when I was in London a few years ago as a tourist, I was at, I forgot what park, maybe Hyde Park or Primrose Hill, walking there, and I saw a dog, like a medium slash small size dog with a fluffy curly coat in this lavender color, and I was like, oh my god, that's such a cute, pretty dog. And so I wanted to get a dog like that. And I know you shouldn't be getting a dog for the appearance and stuff, but like, I'm a very, how would I describe it? Like, the aesthetics in my life is very important to me. Like, for example, my interior design and my outfits, and also my dog, I guess. Like, so the appearance matters in a way, which sounds a bit shallow, but that is the truth. So yeah, Poodle was a cute choice in terms of the way they look, and also the coating. And then half Labrador is good too, because Labradors are great. So yeah. So the first category, I would say Softy pass. So yay, you get a point, Softy. The second category is personality. If I were to describe Softy in one word for their personality, it would be confident. Like, Softy is really confident. They are not scared of any type of dog, small, big. They're not scared of people, not scared of cats, squirrels, other animals. They would, if they see a squirrel or a cat, they would just bolt at them. So yeah, loves playing with all types of dogs, no matter the size or breed. Yeah, it loves greeting everyone, and just a very confident dog. I would say personality is a tick, a pass, because, for example, if I need to find a dog sitter, if I'm like traveling or going away, then I feel I don't get worried about Softy being with them or me going away, because Softy's so confident, and I know he will adjust fine with the dog sitter, and if they have their own pet, their own dog, whatever, like I know Softy's gonna be confident and comfortable in that situation. So you pass in that category. The next category is size. So going back to what kind of size I wanted, I was tossing up between a mini, like a small toy poodle size, or a medium size, and I chose mini because in terms of convenience, I would say, like, for example, like we go out a lot together, and I would like the convenience of being able to pick them up and carry them if I need to in like certain situations, whatever it is. Like for example, if I'm going out in London with Softy and I'm going on the tube and it might be like peak hour or something, and I want to be able to like just pick them up and hold them and carry them. So that was one reason for selecting a smaller size. And then two, they cheaper in different situations. For example, grooming, smaller dogs are more likely cheaper at the groomers than bigger dogs. More cost effective in other ways too, like food. Obviously you don't have to buy as much food because they wouldn't eat as much as bigger dogs. What else? Traveling. We haven't traveled. Okay, so Softy has traveled in a plane, so coming from Sydney, Australia to here, London, but they were put in cargo, so we haven't traveled in the same like cabin together, for example. And ideally I would want Softy to be smaller if I were to travel on a plane on cabin with them, just because I think most airlines allow maybe maximum 10 kilos, which includes the weight of the carrier, if you want to take them on cabin with you and like put them under your seat or something. So that's one point. I wish I was more like aware of that before I got a dog, because I definitely would have picked a smaller dog, because I do want to like travel on a plane together with Softy soon or one day. What else? Yeah, size. Yeah, big dogs are great. Like going back, if I had a lot of money and a big yard and more help and whatever, I would want a big dog as well, like I don't know, a box hound or a Labrador. I also want two super small dogs like Chihuahuas and stuff. They're just so funny. So I love all sizes in that sense, but I would say this size is good, especially if they sleep on the bed with you. Like big dogs might be too bulky on the bed and stuff like that. So yeah, and this is a good size to cuddle with. Like something smaller might be uncomfortable to cuddle with, I would say. And yeah, so size pass, I reckon. You pass for size. So tick. Okay, the fourth category is their fur and coating. So again, back to why I chose a poodle mix is because they're hypoallergenic, which means if you're allergic to dogs, it's because of their fur and their breed. And so poodles and poodle mixes are hypoallergenic, so you can't really be allergic to them because of the type of fur they have. And I didn't really pick Softy because of that reason. Like I'm not allergic to dogs or animals and cats and stuff, but I think that was a good addition to have. And also they don't shed at all. Like poodle mixes don't shed their fur, which is honestly so good, because that's the only reason I don't want to have a different kind of breed or a non-poodle mix, because other types of breeds just shed so much on your furniture, on your clothes and everything, which is really annoying. I know people can get used to that, which is fine, and I'm slowly getting used to that because I do dog sit every now and then, and I have so many different breeds in my home. So, but the cleaning and maintenance for that is a lot. So I would have to hoover every day when I have a dog that sheds a lot. But the downside with having a poodle type mix is that you have to take them to the groomers for grooming, to cut their fur and stuff, because if you let the fur grow out too long, and especially if you don't brush it, then their fur will get knotted and matted. So that's not great for them. And in some bad cases where people don't brush the fur at all, then the whole body is matted, and so the groomers will have to shave off all the fur, so they become a bald dog, which can be quite funny. So I would say, 4th point for the coating and the fur, Softy passes on that. Softy's just sleeping now. The 5th category is barking. So Softy barks a lot. The first kind is when someone knocks on the door, the postman, delivery or whatever, Softy would go wild at that and bark endlessly until they leave, which is normal for a dog, so I don't really blame them for that. But the annoying thing I would say is Softy loves barking at kids and babies. So sometimes when we're on walks, I would, if a kid or something is coming towards us, I would sometimes tighten or hold the leash tighter so Softy doesn't bark at them, or chase them, because Softy loves chasing and barking at kids for some reason. I really don't know why. For example, if we're at the park and there are kids running around, then Softy might run after them and chase and bark at them. And Softy would not hurt or bite anyone, and at the kids as well. But the barking will scare the kids, obviously. And surprisingly, for his size, this small size, Softy's bark is very loud. It sounds like a bigger dog is making that sound, so that's quite surprising when people hear Softy bark sometimes. So just I had to be aware when I'm out and there are kids around, or even at sometimes at suspicious people. For example, if we're on the quiet street walking and there's some man just standing there by himself, not moving, then Softy will bark at that man because he might be danger or something, which I get, but I prefer, for them to not bark at that situation. And I could train Softy to not bark at kids and random people every now and then, but it's not a big enough problem for me to do so. It's only annoying for 10 seconds of my day, or less than a minute, so it's not a big issue, but it is annoying. So, and for that, I'm gonna fail Softy for this point for barking. I'm sorry, you lose a point. Category number 6, training. So training went really well as a puppy, I would say, because firstly, poodles are smart and Labradors are smart. So I got 2 of, I would say, not the smartest dogs, but definitely up there in terms of their skill level and stuff, because Labradors can be used for people that are blind or have other disabilities and stuff like that, and they would get Labradoodles for disabled people that also happen to be allergic to dogs. So like this kind of breed is perfect for that sense, and they would train this breed for that scenario. And so in that sense, training Softy can be good. I mean, can be easy because they learn really quickly. So for example, some tricks, like they don't know a lot of tricks, but some tricks they know is obviously sit, down, stay, spin is a cute one, high five or paw. They're really good at with stay. It's like for like waiting for their food. Like they can wait for a long time, like up to 5 or 10 minutes maybe, just like staying there. I train them to be home alone. Like when I first got Softy, I was still working in an office environment. So at the very beginning, I brought Softy into the office with me as a puppy. But then I slowly started training him to be home alone. And so that has been good. I feel like that's very important because even though dogs are very much part of your life, and to them, you're their whole life, but at the same time, you need balance. Like you still want to go out and do things on your own for a few hours or whatever. And I think training them to be home alone is important, even though you might think that's a bit sad or whatever. But I think it's just something you should try to do. And so I train them to be home alone. They're good in that sense. What other training have I done? I should really train them on the barking and the kids situation, but honestly, I'm just too lazy. So yeah, category number 6, training, I think they would pass on that tick. Category number 7, food. Softy eats like dry food, kibble, only. Not only, like they can eat anything. Softy would literally eat anything, and they would eat so quickly. I had to get one of those bowls that, like the slow feeder bowls that has, I don't know, extrusions, so they wouldn't eat their food as quickly. Yeah, so dry kibble, since I got them, super easy, once or twice a day, and they can eat wet food too or other stuff. But obviously when you introduce a new food to a dog, then you have to do it slowly, otherwise they can get like, I don't know, diarrhea or sick or whatever. But yeah, food wise, Softy's not picky at all, which is very easy for me. And so yeah, they pass that category, I would say. And they would do anything for treats. I think that's where the training comes in handy. Like training them with treats is so good. I feel like there's other dogs out there that don't really care much about food or treats, which is rare, but I had dog sitted some kind like that. Category number 8, health. Softy's health is really good currently, and we've never been to the vet for like an internal health issue. Recently, like last month or 2 months ago, we had to go to the vet several times and pay a lot of money because they got some external cuts on their paw. So there was some wounds that needed to be stitched up. But that was the only time that I had to go to the vet for anything. And even throughout that process of, sedating him, the stitches, bandages, having a cone, Softy's was in like high spirits, eating normally, same personality. So yeah, I wasn't too worried about that. Yeah, super healthy dog. Knock on wood that it stays like this, because there are more fragile breeds out there, I would say. This also goes back to the size. I feel like maybe smaller dogs, or like even dainty ones, for example, like whippets, you know, they can have, if you accidentally drop them or something and the skinny legs could like break or something, or like if a small dog would eat something and could choke. And if a big dog has a health issue, that might be really expensive because of their size. Well, I don't know if would the vet charge differently or the same surgery depending on the size of the dog? I'm not sure. Let me know if you guys know that. But super healthy dog, and fingers crossed it stays like that. So yeah, category number 8, health, tick, you pass. Category number 9, color. I think I mentioned this already kind of. So I wanted a lavender kind of color, and you might think lavender, isn't that like purple? But it's actually like Softy's current color. So when Softy was a baby, he was super dark brown, like chocolate brown, like that color. Like where my pillow is, I can insert a picture of here. And most dark brown or chocolate colored dogs wouldn't stay that color. They would eventually turn white like this. So I asked the breeders like, oh, I want it like a lavender color dog, and they say, oh, you kind of start with a brown color dog. So I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. And at the time I didn't mind dark brown as well, and I still don't. Like I love Softy's color when it was dark and currently as well. And I'm glad I didn't go with a dark, like a black color, because trying to find them at night would be funny. Like, you know, if the lights aren't on or when you're outside in the dark, that would be a bit difficult. Also, it's maybe even now with this current color, but trying to see their eyes, especially if they have dark colored eyes like Softy, then you can't see them as well. And I feel like this color and brown and chocolate is a bit more unique and different, because most dogs I would say are maybe like a beige color. I don't know, I should research on what's the most popular color of dogs. I think as Softy gets even older, because it's only 3, it might get even lighter. Like this part is super white here, super light. It used to be so dark, and Softy always had, Softy, show them your chest. Always had this white part here, which is super cute. It kind of looked like a tie almost. And they had this since the baby. Anyways, category number 9, color, pass, tick. Now category number 10, the last one, is cuteness. How cute is Softy? Pass or fail? I think that's an easy one for me. Obviously pass. Yeah. I think also getting a dog, you kind of fall in love with dogs in general, because before I had a dog, if I was just like, you know, walking on the street or at a cafe, and if I saw a random dog, I wouldn't really bat an eye. Like I'd be like, okay, cute, sure, whatever. But now, since having my own dog, whenever I see a dog outside, at a cafe, at a restaurant, at the park, wherever, on the train, I would want to like say hi, no matter what type of breed they are, because I just find all dogs so cute now. And I feel like that might be same with babies, you know? Like once you have a baby, people just love babies. I don't know. Anyways, so those were the 10 categories. So Softy, you have failed one, which is category number 5, barking, which means you get a rating of 9 out of 10. You pass. You pass. I think that's a pretty good rating. Do you agree? You're 9 out of 10. You lost the point because of barking. Sorry, but I have to be honest. You hear me? So I hope you enjoyed this video of me reviewing my dog after nearly 3 years of having him. I hope you can subscribe to my channel. I also want to make a video of how I brought my dog all the way from Sydney, Australia to London, the UK. Talk about the process, the cost, yeah, everything about that. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you guys in the next video. Softy, say bye.